In the year 2028, one Big Mac will equal $1 million. From the Gospel of John McAfee. Bro, just learn to code. The Project Freedom Podcast.
Boom, and welcome back, guys, to another video. So, my friends out there, the title of this video is The Truth About AI and Jobs, but this isn't something that I've newly talked about, right? I've talked about this a couple times on a couple different streams. You guys know that. However, with that being said, that whole like technological unemployment thing, which kind of started out as a meme, right? Kind of started out as a meme, and all right, so I'll put it to you guys like this, and we're going to get into this tonight in the video, but obviously, like, not everyone's job is about to get erased from the planet Earth. So, like, AI and robots aren't going to be taking over everyone's job tomorrow. All right. So that part about it is a joke, guys. Obviously. But guys, like, as the days go on, the more and more things I see in EWS, which again has to be taken with a grain of salt, but the more and more of these things that keep coming out, the more things that are being uncovered just seem to be more and more in favor of that thing that I've been telling you guys about for, I don't know what, 6+ months now, right? And people have also talked about this for a lot longer than that. People were freaking out about it years and years and years ago. And I also think another reason why things are kind of coming into fruition more rapidly now is obviously the whole worldwide, situation, if you know what I mean, the situation, instead of us just putting labels on it. All right, guys, so let's check this out that I have here for you all. So somebody shared this with me, and I thought it was kind of funny because, well, it's Chick-fil-A. But anyway, so the title of this is: A Controversial Chick-fil-A Video Reveals So Much About the Future of Work. And it says, in 2022, everyone will return to the office, or they won't, or everything will be hybrid, or it won't, or, well, something more subtle. Chick-fil-A may have already experimented with this subtly. And I think this was in, I'm not sure what city this is in. There's a bad word right there, guys. 25 good boy. Look at that. Man, probably just got flagged now. Oh, well, whatever. 25 good boy tokens deducted from our wallet now. So with every new variant comes a new variant of uncertainty. Hey, I bet that word variant's probably not too great to say either, to be honest with you. And by the way, guys, this is an article for December 18th, so last Friday, I believe. Friday. What will life be like in 2022? What will work be like? Now, some of that's obviously going to be dependent upon like what you guys are specifically doing, right? Businesses will want everyone to be at the office, unless, that is, it becomes so much cheaper and more profitable to have everyone working from home. Now, all right, one thing I always have said to you guys before the past, and the things I say to the guys in the DD network is like, never bank on a business or a company, especially the large corporate ones, right, to have what's best for you in mind, okay? To just always assume that they're going to do whatever is going to be the most financially beneficial for them and not for you, okay? Seriously. And that's not to disparage all these businesses, right? Because again, also, guys, like, you got to think, like, if you were running your own business and you had 10,000 employees, and then you got to a point to where it only made financial sense to have 2,000 employees, and that you, the business entity, was going to suffer financially if you were to continue on with the 10,000 employees, there's not that many people out of there who are just like charitable out of just the goodness of their heart, right? So, and it's not just about charity too. Like you guys got to put that into perspective as well. Whereas most people, throughout time when things like this have happened, just cried and complained and blamed it all on this group or entity that they became reliant on as a sole source of income or as a sole source of putting food on the table per se. So, or wait, it'll all be hybrid unless that doesn't work because everyone at the office will be sitting lonely on Zoom calls all day. Yeah. So could you guys imagine having like, I don't know, half of your employees living in like, I don't know, some like nice sunny location and the other half are confined to an office room while you're communicating to them on Zoom. Now, before I started doing my own thing, I did work for one company. And by the way, when I was working as a SE, not that I don't do any SE work anymore, but when I was specifically just an SE, I was remote for like the last 3 positions. But the one prior to that, so four jobs ago that I had, like you could basically just, if you wanted to, you had to be living. They weren't going to be cool with you like living out of the state or out of like the area of the office, right? But if you really wanted to, you could just be like, yeah, you could just like log on your laptop in the morning, and be like, I'm not going to the office. I'm going to be working from home today. And everyone did it all the time. No one really cared. But on top of that, it was kind of like a frowned upon thing to do. And so everyone wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to go be a good boy and get my good boy tokens and go to the office. Meanwhile, prior to like years before another company had purchased this company, there were people that were working remote and they kind of needed those people to stay in the job or stay at the company. So instead of forcing those people specifically to come into the office, they were allowed to stay wherever they wanted, right? And that never really bothered me because, it just didn't really affect me personally, right? But a lot of people were very disgruntled about the fact how a lot of people were working remote and that they weren't allowed to. So could you imagine being that guy who you have to be at the office and everyone else doesn't really, or half of the people don't have to, and you communicate with them on Zoom? Definitely would make some people angry, right? So when you look back on 2021, what themes resonate over and over again? The difficulties of working from home. Honestly, guys, my take on that is if you have problems working from home, you got some personal stuff you got to sort out. Maybe you do have, I don't know, maybe you have maybe you have kids and 8 dogs running around the house, but and it could be a distraction, but I mean, there's nothing to stop you from like going to the local Starbucks down the street and working there. In fact, sometimes, guys, there's a coffee shop like right across the street from me. Sometimes I'll just simply go there to work just because it'll change the scenery, right? And I think too, like people like that, I'm just saying, I think that's probably like a low disciplinary thing if you can't concentrate while you're just at home, right? I would have to say my personal opinion, it's got to be a self-disciplinary issue. I would just say, all right. Now you can like judge me on that. You can tell me I'm a mean man for saying that, but whatever. You'll find out I'm right someday. The difficulties of working from home, the proliferation of remote work surveillance. And also what a lot of these companies try to do is when their employees were working from home, they're like, hey, let's just install surveillance software on their computers and they could just monitor you. And it actually ended up for some people being they were being more hyper monitored. They were being hyper monitored. They were being monitored more so to the point that when they were in the office, they actually had more freedom, which, you guys know anything? If you guys know anything about the quality of work that people are able to do, good people tend to be able to work better and have better quality of work when they don't have someone breathing down their back all the time. And if someone is required to have someone else sit behind their back and breathe down their neck in order for them to accomplish good quality work, that person's probably not going to work out anyway in the long run. And I think enforcing things would actually just end up making things worse and speeding up the process of them either getting fired or inevitably leaving. So, but hey, boomer think. Yep, boomer think. So, all right. Oh, and the Great Resignation. Yeah. Talked about that before a lot, right, guys? And there's several reasons for that. not just the technological unemployment aspect of it. There are a cornucopia of reasons, and I've talked about it in plenty of other videos, so we won't have to drill into that here unless you guys want me to. If you want to ask something about it. Can any of these be somewhat related? Oh, you don't say. Do any point to a certain future? Last week, a video from February resurfaced and made a few people stop and wonder. It seems to show an Arizona Chick-fil-A employee taking orders at the drive-thru. Yes, it's a surprise that humans still do that when fast food companies are increasingly testing robot order taking. This video, though, showed something more subtle. Here was the Chick-fil-A employee taking drive-thru orders while sitting at home. So they're basically like, remote working the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A through their home. Which, hey, that works. That's not so awful, right? Not so awful. Taking advantage of some convenient Apple products, it appears she was using FaceTime to greet customers and then an iPad to enter the order into the Chick-fil-A system. Now, kudos Chick-fil-A for actually upgrading their POS system to be able to do that. Oddly, the customer didn't seem surprised that a Chick-fil-A employee was sitting at home. Of course not, because it's 2021 now. Well, it's actually about to be 2022, guys, but if they did, it would surely be a subject for fascinating conversation. Where are you? I'm at my house, my mom's house, looking after her cat while she's in Florida. All right, then I'll have a lot of fried chicken, please. This might even enhance customer relations, offering a more personal touch. And I would say too, if people are like, if employees are more comfortable and not feeling like wage number 7210, that they're probably going to be a little bit happier and more excited to deal with people, especially customers, right? Because who likes being wage number 7210? I didn't. I can tell you that much. The video was reposted on December 2nd by @AliSander25 with the tantalizing caption, "When you have and no one can cover your shift." There's no reason to believe that the caption was anything other than a joke, though the suggestion is that some Chick-fil-A employees in Arizona had to work from home when the struck. Please imagine, though, the inspiration this video might offer to certain managers and not just to fast food chains. Oh, you're homesick with a cold, blah, 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 broken leg, no problem. We can hook you up and make you work as normal. As work, life, and home life have become hemorrhagically entwined, business leaders face difficult decisions that revolve around axes, such as cost saving versus teamwork versus efficiency versus flexibility. Listen. That part right there too. And this kind of drives into it. Like, inevitably, I've said this before and on the stream probably multiple times, but I'm going to say it again. You know, I don't like repeating myself because I think this is actually, if someone's new and you haven't ever watched my content before, this part, just something that you maybe not know, although you probably know deep down inside. Guys, I'd say I'm going to give a very generous number here, a generous percentage. I'd say 80% of people working a conventional W-2 job did not choose that. When they were 12 years old and their grandpa or grandma asked them, like, little Jimmy or little Jenny, what do you want to do when you grow up? It wasn't the current job that they're working at as a W-2 employee. Okay, that's just a fact. So not only do people not really they don't wake up every morning like, I really love this job, and they're happy that they can do it. They're just most likely doing it out of necessity in order to put food on the table, right? Which, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But part of that's important because part of that is going to be playing and already has played in like the Great Resignation and people just inevitably leaving for things that maybe they could do on their own, or some other kind of maybe just saying hey, this is a wake up call. This is not really my cup of tea and I don't really want to be here, right? I don't really want to be here. Oh yeah. I would say this too though, guys. I don't mean to pause again on this one, guys, but the whole work from home, life is intertwined in one. You see, this isn't a problem if you're doing something that you actually want to do and you love to do. Trust me. It might actually be more energy and effort on the front end, and you might actually literally need to be working 24 hours a day that you're awake. I know that's what I do now. But I can guarantee you if I was working as hard or as long when I was still a traditional W-2 employee somewhere else, I would not be enjoying life at all, right? That's for sure. That is for sure. So where does working from home genuinely help both businesses and their employees? And where does it interfere in the smooth running of the enterprise? And a Dare One ad, how does it affect the employee both physically and mentally? I mean, I think we just kind of talked about that, right? I don't know about the whole physical thing, but I guess maybe if you're so stressed, you can get sick. That's happened to me before, or just being busy. So no business will necessarily have the same solution. I feel sure, though, that Chick-fil-A customers or those of any drive-through might be pleasantly moved to see someone taking their order from the possible comfort of their home. Now, you have to ask, though, like they're taking the order from the drive-through, right? But like, who is making the food? That would, in order for that to work correctly, that would be required to be automatized. And thus, that means that less people are needed inside the store, right? In this video, at least they can see the actual location of the person taking their order. Too often, customer service interactions involve an anonymous video, an anonymous voice, an undisclosed location, and a lot of potential misinterpretation. In 2022, ingenuity and flexibility may be the most important factors in both hiring employees and servicing customers. Somehow, a longer-term perspective on anything that is currently very difficult. Wow. And where is that video? Well, I don't really want to watch it. Do you guys want to watch it? I don't want to watch that video per se. Anyway, let's check in with you guys. Josh's Spotted Sweaty Headband says that his only job is to keep that forehead moist. Yes, I need to wash that Spotted Sweaty Headband. That's for sure. I did find it. In my bathroom. That's one moist headband, says Kyle W. Patricia says, boom, baby. Yes, boom. Let it rug. Rugamus. Yes. Greetings from Texas. Good to see you, man. Wade Emery says, hey, guys. Good to see everybody. Yes, good to see you, too. Who's going to pull the rug, the Fed or AI? I don't know. What if it was neither of them? What if it was just like something or someone else? Technological unemployment. The whole worldwide, quote unquote, thing. Yes. Snowman Mike says, just print more money. Solves all the issues, right? Yeah. Well, right. It's definitely worked very well so far, has it not? Just kidding. Not really. We all know the answer to that question. The real question, what would you do if you have 10 million jobs and there's new tech that only have, say, 8 million jobs? What happens to the other 2 million? Off to the gulags? So no. Like, all right. So initially, in the front end, those people definitely might be like misplaced, right? Now, those people have those people truly do, regardless whether and barring like a physical or mental disorder, right? Those people do have options to be able to take life into their hands. It's just not going to be comfortable and it's not going to be easy. And the fact of the matter is most people don't want to have to do something that's hard, right? So they could have options and they could find a way to secure income to where this isn't a problem for them, or at least it's not going to be as negatively impacting as possible. But what do we already know about most people, right? We know most people are not going to be willing to do that, correct? So what have we already seen been happening? We had the stimmies. We have all these like different credits that people have been getting. So that's kind of like the transitionary phase, and who knows how long that happens for, right? But the same thing as things have happened in the past, like when the agricultural revolution misplaced everybody when everybody was like a farmer before, right? Like I think like 80-90% of society was farmers. Not everybody's a farmer anymore, right? People find things to do. People actually end up taking their time and effort and able to put it into other, better, newer things. That just comes with time, and that is an inevitability if people are willing to not be lazy and uneducated, right? And there's a big if at the end of there. But their business and scared promise. Christian Soto with the orangutan emojis. Teresa says, I always worked better alone on my computer since elementary school. Yep. Me too. Me too, right? Because like, especially if you're a millennial and you're used to having like you have like ADD because you're used to dealing with multiple things at one time. Like you're not having people come in like sitting in office, and also people like one thing I used to hate about when I was in the office was like people would come and do what I would call drive-bys, and they would just be like, hey, yo, what's going on, man? You mind if I talk and take 15 minutes of your time? And like, you're like, sure, for the first couple of times. And the next thing you know, like 5 people pass by your desk, and you're like, all right, like, can you guys like leave me the fuck alone? Because I actually have work to do. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I actually have work to do. T-Man Scott says they really just want us to come to the office so they can look over our shoulders. Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do. So let's WTF, LOL. Jeffrey says, now I can get a job, LOL. 2022, the year of the pit. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The sheeple need a shepherd to guide them 24/7, a.k.a. govern them harder, daddy. Yes, govern them harder, daddy. They, well, guys, and you know, Pareto principle, right? Do I need to embellish on that? Tom says, hey, I like being waging number 710-721-712170. Whew. I dyslexia the fuck out of that. Oh my goodness. Tom, you have a good job though. You have a very good job, Tom. You're actually important at your job. So shh. Tom, that doesn't count. That doesn't count, Tom. You're not waging number 7210 at McDonald's. Come on. Come on. Survival mode initiated. Cody Moose says win ELP Miami meet. Cody, sorry, I can't. I know you're here in the city right now. I just can't meet you, bro. I gotta rug you, bro. No, good question. We can obviously there's Jonathan MLD's Hot DudeCon, which is Thursday, right? But we can hang out whenever, bro. I was kind of busy today, but smash the like button like I smashed targets yesterday in the wild. Did you smash good targets, bro? I haven't been able to go shooting in a while. Obviously not in real life, guys, because of course I would never own a firearm in real life. Only in Minecraft, because those armas as no bueno. See? Nasa Dre says, what's worse to you, being watched in the office by a manager or having camera watching you while you're working? Keystroke, log, and other measures to work, laptop working from home. Well, if it was just one of those two, well, first of all, I would have to ask how intensive is the software that's monitoring you, because there's definitely ways around that. And I'm talking about ways that just like literally any average Joe can use. If you want to know about that, hit me up. Somebody DM me. I'll give you guys some pointers on that. But if they were both like, let's just say the computer monitoring software was like hardcore intensive, I really don't know, dude. I think that just seems like, I don't know, at that point, that's like asking, what would you rather do? Would you rather get hit in the face with a hammer or just kicked in the nuts? And it's like both those really suck, right? But I guess out of those two, I mean, I would probably, and out of those two options, I'd probably rather get kicked in the nuts than get hit in the face with a hammer. But out of the two options that you're presenting me, nonstop Dre 360, I would say probably still working from home, to be honest with you, dude. Probably still working. That would be very tough, but probably still working from home. Ruin HQ in elementary school. Sam says, boom. Imagine coming back to the office and they installed wrong think sensors. Good grief. They're already plugged in all of our heads. Trust me. They know when we have, guys, they know when we have wrong think. They know when we have wrong think. All right, fellas, I need a new LaCroix over here. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Josh, or as you probably know me, eLift Program, and I'm here to talk to you about Developer Direction. What is Developer Direction, you might ask? We are the ultimate IT network and training academy. Ever heard of Fight Club? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with more computing power. We teach and give courses just like boot camps, but that's not all. We help people actually get jobs, unlike colleges, and we help people get better jobs with better pay and a better life. Here at DD, you don't get grades because your performance is reflected upon by how good you're doing in the real world. You won't accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt because we offer a one-time yearly fee that's a fraction of that price. And you won't be wasting your time learning about the latest and greatest social trends because you'll be too busy learning about the latest and greatest trends in the tech and IT market. From courses to networking, to problem solving, to teaming up together on projects, giving and receiving mentorship, we've got it all. So whether you're a beginner who knows nothing about code or tech, a college student, or a 50-year vet, we got you covered. So head on over to developerdirection.com, sign up for the mail list if you want to keep up with our latest and greatest. Nonstop Dre 360 says, even if the software was watching you harder than the government watched McAfee, I don't know, dude. Because like in reality, dude, if the company wants to be that nitpicky about it, they're probably going to be watching you do that at work as well. Let's just be honest here, guys. Let's just be honest here. And I actually have a client who was in a job like that. 100% was actually in a job like that. And then when he did get back to the office, they did continue. They did continue to monitor him. And, it happened to be a GOVERMENTAL job. And they did monitor him. But luckily, he got a better job. Thanks to developer direction, of course. No, but seriously, thanks to himself. And that's no longer a problem for him. But man, I remember him and he's a dude he's been in the group like a year, and he was like, his personality was just like down in the dumps when all this was going on. And I was like, dude, I feel for you, bro. I totally feel for you. Clay says it was cold, windy, and I crushed him. Wind brings out the shooters. Dude, I think when you have cold fingers, it makes it worse for me. But I know I'm probably a novice compared to you. If I'm just being honest, with you, dog. I'm just being honest. All right, so let's check out this other one, guys. Let's check out this other one that I have here. All right, are you guys ready for this? Actually, I think I need to disconnect this one, and I got to share sound on it. So let's see. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this video? You will own nothing, and you will be happy. All right, fellas, let's check this out.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically.
So it's going to be watching you?
So how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
Whoa, big yikes. Big yikes on that, huh, guys? Big yikes. But hey, there you go. Let Amazon tell it to you guys yourselves. Maybe you guys don't trust me, what I've been saying. Let Amazon do the talking for them because they're Amazon, right? They're Amazon. I mean, of course, Amazon cares more about you than me. And obviously it's Amazon. So, I mean, enough said, right? Enough said. Can't your friends sue a company for that company overstepping their boundaries? Well, I mean, the friend would have had to sue the gov because that's who he was working for. That friend also lived in Canada. So good luck. Good luck. Good luck. This place looks like Co-op or Whole Foods. Yeah. Amazon, no, says Cody Moose in the Who's. Christian says, I'll show you just walk out technology. God, that was good, Christian. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. That was good, friend. That was good. We already have walkout technology. It's called self-checkout. Yeah. San Fran and LA is already experiencing this without the tech. Oh, wait. Never mind. Yep. Good point, my friend. Amazon Key was worse. All right. But guys, the whole point of this, though, is like, these are things that were already coming into fruition, right? These are things that were already coming into fruition, and they're just being sped up now because people are unwilling to work now, especially with the inflation that's going on and the devaluation of our currency by design, of course, in a video game, not in real life. And people don't want to work for $15 an hour. So, like, not only that having people are less willing to work, they also have these technologies coming out just the exact same time. It's almost like it was all meant to happen, right? But yeah, it's accelerating it even further, right? It's accelerating it even further. So instead of complaining about it like a little baby back bitch, maybe I should stop cursing in these videos, guys. Instead of complaining about it, what are the solutions here? You guys already know my list of solutions. Find something that you can do on your own where you are in control of your own destiny. Like, even if it's harder and you make less money up front, trust me, the sovereignty you achieve from it is well worth it in the interim. And like, most people, their thinking is like, oh, it's like less safe to do that. But they're not thinking they'll find out that that's not true when they get laid off, when the company no longer needs them or can't financially serve to have them, or it's not financially serving the company to have them as an employee anymore. So in that case, one would say, who are you going to trust more? Who are you going to put more faith in? Is it going to be some like company that doesn't, you don't really know? It's a corporate entity, or do you want to put more trust in yourself? I put more trust in myself than almost anyone in anything. So me personally, I would trust myself when my back would be put against the wall, as opposed to some entity having to take care of me. That's just me. Not all people are going to be like that. But at the same time, guys, like the whole system that we have as in the whole in the country, and not just the country, like just the whole planet, is being rapidly evolving around us. It's just rapidly changing. And people are finding means of income without even really having to work anymore, to be completely honest with you. So if you can figure those things out, boom shakalaka, you're good. Obviously, you can find a trade, a skill. You can develop a skill or a trade that people are always going to need, always going to be required to be of service to society. That isn't just you being wage number 7210. Or you can just, I don't know, put your head in the sand and just freak out and just, handle things whenever they get to you, right? Big oopsie. What are you saying over here, Dre or Clay? You have to read all the fine print. They include all the watching you in the docs. You start the job. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you think most people read the fine print? Well, no, of course they don't, because they just need a job, right? And that was part of the point here, guys, is like, I said like 80%, and again, that was a generous number. I said that 80% of people are working those jobs, not because when they woke up, they were like, "Hey, that's what I want to do one day when I get older." They just need those jobs for money, right? Which also, I might add, decreases your value of production, because if you don't actually care or enjoy what you're doing, it's not going to be as good. Trust me. I do, but most guys don't. A guy who worked for me and was surprised when Men with Guns came for him after he put a USB drive in a .gov computer. Cheese and Pete's. Yeah, big oopsie. Talk about 0 to 100 SMH. Yeah, I heard him saying WTF. Then I saw the red screen, told him just stand up behind his chair and wait. Took about 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. So, guys, the inevitable technological employment takeover. I mean, it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. You can either choose to accommodate for it and try to shield yourself and or benefit, which most people have the ability to benefit from this, or you guys can just go in the streets and just be like, "Meh, give us money." Meh. I mean, the choice is up to you. I'm not here to make that choice for you guys. I'm just here to give you guys the awareness that other people are unwilling to do. And that's it. That is it. That is all. So that being said, I love you guys. and I'm out. And guys, you know what? Also on Wednesday, which I might have to delay the Wednesday stream because we have Hot Dude Con coming, and I've got Jonathan MLD coming in town. I got a lot of stuff going on. But the next stream I'm going to do is going to be about magic internet money. Okay. So definitely check in for that. All right. Later, fellas.